Hi, this is Mitch Mitchell of I'm Just Sharing. If you saw the last video that I did with Evelyn Parham, you saw that we talked about nutrition and all these other kinds of things. And you might have seen where I mentioned that over a 2-week period, I'm trying to go kind of on a low-fat diet thing. Now, one of the problems that I find is it's hard to find foods that I will eat that are low-fat. And thus, I'll have to sometimes sacrifice carbohydrates for fat, or sugar for fat, or something like that. But you know what? I wanted to share some stuff that I found today while on my shopping trip. One thing is actually not the new item. I did buy it today, but this is the thing you start with. Because one of the things that turns out that you can sometimes get away with is making sandwiches. And so I buy this, you can't really see it all that well here, but it's Sara Lee honey wheat. I love the taste of this stuff, but it's only 0.5 grams of fat per slice. So basically 2 slices of bread is 1 gram of fat. That works out pretty well. And I've been buying this thing here, this Hershey Farms turkey breast. And just to say here, turkey breast is 0.5 grams per slice, per serving. And it says there's 4.5 servings in this, which is probably 4 slices. So 4 slices of this thin stuff is only, Lord, what did I say, 0.5 grams of fat. So I could have a sandwich for under 2 grams of fat. Are you kidding me? So that's pretty cool, except for the fact that I get tired of sandwich stuff really quickly. Now, I don't usually like fruit. And so you're not going to see fruit, but what you're going to see here is I bought applesauce. And applesauce here says 0 fat. There's no fat in applesauce? Never knew that. Now, if it's not sweet enough, I'll sweeten it with some Equal, which also has no fat and it has no sugar. Not saying it's nutritious, because I don't really know if applesauce is nutritious or not. Someone will have to tell me. Now, it turns out beans aren't necessarily high in fat. But I don't just like eating beans. If I eat chili, then I got to add hamburger and sauce and whatever. Even though the sauce is probably low fat, hamburger certainly isn't. So instead, I went to the store, and I don't know what this is going to taste like, but I'm going to try this. Bush's Country Style Baked Beans. Now, it says it has bacon and extra brown sugar in it, but this can is 1 gram per serving, and it says it's 3.5 servings. This little thing is 3.5 servings. Please, we all know that most of us are going to eat this whole can in one sitting. Still, 3.5 grams of fat for this? I'm not mad at that. So, one of the things that I bought just to try, and by the way, I am still eating in a hotel, which limits some of the things that I can do or that I will do. I'm not, since I don't have an oven, I can't bake stuff, so that's out, and I can't, what do you call it? Oh my God. I'm going to say grill, and I don't mean that. Whatever it's called, where you set the settings so that it heats from the top. It'll come to me at some point. Anyway, I used to love these things, and then I stopped eating because they're high in sodium. But you know what? Like I said, I have 1 more week on this thing, and I feel lighter already, by the way. I can't wait till I get home next week so I can weigh myself. Decided to go with the Stouffer's lasagna with meat and sauce. Now, this is probably the worst out of anything that I've bought, because this here is 11 grams of fat, and it's times 2. I can't believe how they come up with servings. Who eats small stuff other than children and little tiny people? Anyway, this is 22 grams of fat. However, if all I'm eating is sandwiches kind of during the day, and I decide, you know what, I want something a little more substantial for a meal, I can afford to eat 22 grams of fat. So that's not so bad. This was one of the lower ones, by the way, believe it or not. A lot of those frozen meals have tons of fat in it. And yes, I'm setting all this stuff back on the floor because I don't have any other room. Then I've always loved this stuff. Snack Pack Pudding. Chocolate. And someone's going to say, wait, really? Snack Pack Pudding? Well, it's always been a low-fat thing. Even way back when they used to serve it in cans, which, truthfully, I like the taste better when it was in cans than I actually do in the plastic, but it's still pretty good. And this bad boy here is 2 grams of fat per cup. So you only eat 1 cup at a time, although every once in a while when I'm really craving it, which isn't all that often, thank goodness, I may eat 2. Still, 5 grams of fat for 2 things of pudding. I don't think that's so bad. Now, here's where things get weird. you got stuff like this. And I just discovered these kind of things. Did you know that potato chips, regular potato chips, are 10 grams of fat per serving? And a serving's not very big. I said, wow, are you kidding me? And I found out that Ruffles has a low-fat version, but it's 7 grams of fat per serving. This stuff here, these Chex Mixes, this one is 3.5 grams of fat per serving. And I got the cheddar rather than last week I tried one that was peanut butter and chocolate, which was 4 grams a serving, a much smaller bag. So, you know, okay, yeah, I got into it. I ate the whole thing. Each one is considered 10 servings, by the way. This one has 10 servings. But if I eat this whole thing, which I'm not going to, you're talking about 35 grams of fat. But I'm not eating all this. So 3.5 grams of fat, you know, we all like something crunchy every once in a while. That's what I bought. Now, what I also bought, I'm not really crazy about pretzels. I'm just not. Sometimes I like to eat the pretzels my wife brings home with the yogurt flavor on it. Okay, you know what? Turns out yogurt isn't really as healthy as people think it is. At least not that type of yogurt that goes on pretzels. But anyway, I bought the pretzels because these bad boys are only 1 gram of fat per serving. And it says that there's 16 servings in this bag. In other words, if I liked pretzels, I could sit down and eat this whole bag, and it's only 16 grams of fat. But I'm not really crazy about pretzels, so this could end up lasting me a long time. You know, one of the other things is I'm staying in a home with Sweets, and so I've realized, I've been here for a long time, is that I've been buying things, and then when I pack up to leave, you know, to go home for a weekend or a week or so, there's a lot of foods I have to throw away. So I'm trying to buy things that I don't have to actually throw away. So most of that stuff I don't have to throw away. And that brings us to some soups. Now, I'll tell you the truth. Soup will fill me up only for the meal, and probably an hour and a half later, I'm hungry again, even with the chunky soups. However, I found this thing here, and I haven't tried it yet, the grilled sirloin steak with hearty vegetables. Haven't tried it yet. But this thing is 2 grams of fat, and it's considered, you know, 2 servings. So only 4 grams of fat in this bad boy here. Are you kidding? I could handle it. But if I end up liking that, I'll be buying tons more. But I'm in the store today. They don't sell this at home. Split pea with ham. Oh, my God. And get this. 2 grams of fat per serving. And this also is 2 servings. I just don't understand how they do servings. Still, 4 grams of fat in this. Vegetable soup. Campbell's, no, I never get the camera right. Campbell's vegetable soup. I've loved this stuff since I was a kid. Yeah, I've seen the stupid Stratego or whatever, the Stroganoff commercials, the S stuff. I don't remember what that soup is called. I don't eat it. I'm a Campbell's guy. And this stuff here is 0.5 grams of fat, and it's considered 2 servings. 1 gram of fat. Wonderful stuff. Jelly. Now, you can't have a PB&J without PB, and PB is a little high in fat. You gotta own up to that. However, you can have toast, and a little bit of butter is not gonna affect you all that much, but there's no fat in jelly. By the way, I learned today, I went out for breakfast at a place called Waffle House. Oh my God, my first visit to a Waffle House, and it was wonderful. Turns out waffles have only 4 grams of fat. And the butter that they put on it was some kind of fake butter. It melted well, but it had no trans fat in it. I'll own up to this. I don't really know much of the difference between trans fat and regular fat, you know, except everyone says trans fat is healthier. That's all I know. Still, that was low fat. And you know what? Syrup has no fat in it. Yeah, it's got sugar, but it has no fat. Right now, I'm on the no fat. And I've been drinking a lot of water, and I think I did a video about these things before. But these things here, not only no fat, but no sugar. Let's see, there we go. No fat, no sugar, and it flavors it well. Yes, it is Kool-Aid. And it flavors the water well. And I have found that it works well in Diet 7-Up. Doesn't work as well in regular diet sodas, but it works great. Diet 7-Up, that grape will make it taste like grape soda. I haven't been able to drink grape soda for years, and any type of diet grape I've ever found tastes pretty yucky. You put this stuff in it, you can put as much as you want to or as little as you want to. Oh my God, some of the best grape soda I've ever had. So I'm a happy guy. And finally, okay, this is, once again, dicey. I wanted a little treat. There we go. So I bought this. And I'm not really familiar with these, but they look really good. It's 3 grams of fat per serving, but there's 10 of these things in here, and each serving, this says 5 servings, so therefore I can eat 2 of these things, and it's 3 grams of fat. And if I eat the whole thing, you're talking about 15 grams of fat. I don't know that I'm going to sit down and eat it all, but if I do, if I end up really liking this thing, and I say, oh my God, this is wonderful, and I eat it all, luckily I've only taken in 15 grams of fat, and I can count the rest of it. So that's it for the food, and with all this food and whatever, I had to buy something so I can clean up after myself. So there you go. Oh, geez, I do have one more thing, and this is the fessing up part. You know that thing earlier when I said that, you know, sometimes you sacrifice one thing for the other? Okay. Yes, I bought candy corn. It has no fat. No fat. Does have sugar in it. We're not going there. I hope that I am a little smarter with how I eat these things here. You just have to trust me. At least I have to trust myself. I have to be good. And I know some people are going to say, well, geez, you know, maybe you could have found something healthier. How come there's no vegetables in there? I don't like vegetables. I'm sorry. Did you see the other video? If you didn't, Mitchell doesn't eat vegetables. Now, if I ate something, I would eat carrots, and I would eat it with dip. You know how much fat is in dip? That's why I didn't get it. And I don't eat fruit. That's why I got the applesauce. Actually, I do have a tub of, what do you call those diced pears. I have a couple of those that are in there that also have no fat. And it's fruit. I do have to sweeten it up because that's just how I am. Anyway, how do you guys, if you're on some kind of eating plan, pick your foods? I mean, my goodness, for the stuff I bought today, I was in there about 40 minutes looking around because I'm looking at all the labels. Do you do that, or do you just go in and get what you normally do, which is what I normally do? You know, usually a trip to the store for me is 10 minutes. I just grab my stuff and go. But like I said, I'm on this quest. See how this works for 2 weeks. Anyway, leave a comment below or don't. Please just watch. Just watch. This is video number 98. 2 more to go. I wonder what number 100 will be like. Y'all take care. Syracuse, Clemson, today. I say Syracuse by 8 in the Dome. If they don't win, I don't want a lot of people coming here gloating. But if they do win, I'm going to gloat up a storm. Y'all take care. Enjoy your day.